Coronation Street viewers are no strangers to surprise twists, long-lost relatives, and dramatic resurrections. But a new fan theory has sent the soap's online community into a frenzy. Despite Mason Radcliffe being presumed dead earlier this year, many fans are convinced that the troubled teen could still be alive and hiding in plain sight under witness protection. Mason, played by actor Luca Tulin, made his debut on the cobbles in 2023 and wasted no time stirring up trouble. Introduced as a menacing school bully, Mason quickly made a name for himself by targeting Liam Connor, Charlie Renshaw, the young son of Maria Connor, Samia Longchamben. His bullying was relentless and cruel, culminating in police involvement and a stint in a young offender center. But upon his release, it seemed Mason was ready to turn over a new leaf, determined to change and escape the toxic influence of his violent family, including his notorious brothers Logan, Harry Lowbridge, and Maddie, Seamus McGough. Mason returned to Weatherfield with hopes of starting fresh. In a surprising turn, Sally Metcalfe, Sally Dinevor, and her husband Tim, Joe Datine, took Mason in, offering him a place to stay and the support he desperately needed. Mason also secured employment at Speed Doll, showing promise as a young chef. But perhaps the biggest sign of his transformation came when he began dating Betsy Swain, Sydney Martin, daughter of local police officer D.S. Lisa Swain, Vicky Myers. The pair seemed to genuinely care for one another, and Betsy was instrumental in helping Mason rebuild his life. In January, tragedy struck in a storyline that shook Weatherfield. After Mason bravely reported his brothers to the authorities for the murder of Betsy's mother, Becky, he became a marked man. His brothers tracked him down, determined to silence him. In a horrifying attack, Mason was stabbed in a children's play area, allegedly with a zombie knife belonging to Dylan Wilson, Liam McShane, Abby Franklin, Sally Carmen. Discovered Mason in the aftermath, bleeding heavily. Despite her efforts to save him and an emergency rush to hospital, news soon broke that Mason had tragically died from his injuries. His death sent shockwaves through the community. Betsy was devastated, leaning heavily on her mum Lisa and Lisa's new partner Carla Connor, Allison King, for support. The storyline appeared to have reached a heartbreaking conclusion. But now, fans aren't so sure. Ever since Mason's supposed death, whispers have circulated that he might not actually be dead. Now, a growing number of fans are rallying around a dramatic new theory. Mason is alive and under witness protection. The idea exploded on Reddit, where one fan pitched a compelling twist worthy of the soap's most dramatic moments. So basically, with everything Betsy has gone through this year, she could have a mental breakdown and dig up Mason's grave only to find there isn't a body there, the fans speculated. At the end of the episode, it would cut to Lisa entering the witness protection building and informing him that Betsy knows. Mason would leave witness protection to return to the street, to move back in with Tim and Sally. This intriguing theory has gained momentum among fans. One viewer enthusiastically replied, "I'd love it if he were into VP witness protection." Others chimed in on X, formerly Twitter, with one asking, "Who thinks Mason isn't dead but has gone into witness protection?" It's not a completely far-fetched idea, especially considering Coronation Street's history of surprise returns and concealed identities. The show has previously used false deaths and long-absent characters re-emerging as key storytelling devices. And with Mason's brothers still at large, it's not hard to believe that authorities could have faked his death to keep him safe. If the theory proves true, Mason's comeback would have major implications. Betsy, still grieving his loss, would be left reeling, not to mention her mother Lisa, who may have orchestrated the entire witness protection plan behind closed doors. Mason's return could also open up a storm of drama with Dylan Wilson, who has faced scrutiny over his involvement in the stabbing. Meanwhile, Tim and Sally might once again find themselves playing parental figures to a young man caught in a whirlwind of crime, violence, and emotional fallout. And then there's Carla Connor. Now romantically involved with D.S. Swain, Carla has slowly become a source of stability for both Lisa and Betsy. Mason's reappearance would challenge this new family dynamic and possibly threaten the fresh start they're all working toward. ITV has not commented on the fan theories, and actor Luca Tulin has yet to confirm whether he's returning to the soap. But given Coronation Street's flair for suspenseful storytelling and shocking reveals, fans are holding out hope.